I come to you as a representative of the people of this country. And this is why we have on the back of our shirt that the people is the government. Crime, which seems to be on the lips of everyone in this country today, and which has caused a significant mental chaos to the average Bahamian, especially those that hasn't been involved, but see daily on the streets occurrences of murder, of armed robberies, and these different things. What I would want the average Bahamian to actually do is not simply to blame those who are considered the perpetrators, but understand that we are at war and that what they're saying is actually intentional. And what I mean by that is when our ancestors said that crime is a response to a criminal situation, we must understand that the socio-economic and political conditions has actually bred the atmosphere through which crime has and continue to take place in this country, and that there has been intentionally no proper response by the administration of this country to address and alleviate any situation involving the crime. And this is why during the recent interview by the chief administrator of this country, Brave Davis, he was unable to properly articulate what his administration would involve themselves in bringing forth solutions to address the crime problem in this country. So it is easy for us to look at a young man or a young woman on the streets and simply say that they are the cause of the crime. We say no. We say that the socio-economic and political conditions through which the administration, who are working with and part and parcel of a foreign entity that create the conditions so that we are socio-economically and politically at want in this country, has actually been the creators of the crime situation here. So I want the listeners to understand, not just to look at those who are considered the perpetrators of the crime. If we are to get to the actual root of uprooting the crime, we must address the socio-economic and political conditions that create the crime. If we do not, and our solution is simply to bring back the gallows, if our solution is simply to bring back the installment of life penalties, it does nothing. If in fact the laws in the books today were any remedy to actually stop crime, then there would be no such thing as criminals. The murder rate would not have actually accelerated in the manner in which we know it to be. So these things, any law they pass, it would not have any immediate or down the line effect on stopping crime. Why? Because as long as the conditions, the socio-economic and political conditions remain, where a young man cannot get a job, well, if he is charged with a small amount of marijuana, now he has a police record and no one wants to hire him. As long as these things exist, you will have crime. And just to add on, the actual crime help to employ those who say that they fight against crime. This is what I want the average Bahamian citizen to understand. The need for system change is not in the future. It is now. The need for the people to understand that we are the government and only the people themselves can remedy the situation. No administration can remedy the situation, but we the people is not in the future. It is now. We must take and forge a course in which we must now develop a plan, since we are the majority, since we are the government, to dictate to the elected officials that now, based upon what we want and what we say, this country must now reflect it. Thank you very much.